Space for my fans and me to interact, make art and have fun. It's a one-man show and entirely free. I do it every single week except some. I'm waiting to go, it's all live and online, so you should stick around and say hello. Are you feeling creative? Cause now's the time. Welcome to the Most Week Show. I am not me. I am art. And I am welcoming you to the Most Week Show. It is currently 9:05 on the 17th of Notme 2020. And you are here with me right now. And I thank you for that. If we were allowed to be together, physically style, I would show my appreciation physically with a hug, with a kiss, or with a polite bow at the waist. As 'tis, the best I can do is raise a glass to you, and you can raise a glass to me as well if you like. If you wish to reciprocate, gosh, no one's going to stop you. We like to start the show with a toast. For those of you who haven't watched before, we start this show with a toast. It's a lovely way of welcoming everybody in. So here goes. To you, to me, and to South Korea. In my opinion, and don't at me, but of the Koreas, it is the best Korea. There, I said it. Someone had to say it and I said it, and that shows courage. Yeah? Cheers. Got to double dip for that first sip. Double dip that first sip. Why don't you? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Uncool Town, Emma Acton, hello, good morning to you. Anna Karine, hello. Monkey Pigsy Rules, Gamer Hole, SJ Beck 72 present. Juice Dota with their champagne glasses. If you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. Alcohol as long as you are over the legal limit in your particular area of the world. I've got no issue with it. If Lady Law has no issue with it, Notme has no issue with it, unless it's too excess. I assume, like me, you are all counting these odd, gelatinous weeks, Sunday to Sunday, Most Week Show to Most Week Show. And the fact that we're all here again together can only mean one thing. Another week has somehow gone by. Go figure. Go figure. It's another week gone. Uncool Town, someone did not get me my beverage. I mean, if you're paying that person, then, you know, you have the right to expect a certain level of service. If this is something that they're doing out of the goodness of their heart, perhaps this Sunday, maybe you should get up and get your own beverage. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't rule that out, certainly. That is certainly a possibility. Hello to you all. Sunday Fun Day, Juice Dota. Absolutely. It is going to be a fun day. It is going to be a fun day. Acolytes. Acolytes. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it simply wonderful when you consume a work of art that changes how you see the world? Isn't that something? Isn't that just a wonderful, wonderful way to be? Gosh, look at me talking to you guys about watching life-changing works of art when you're in the midst of one. Gosh. The difference with me is that because I know what's coming up in the Most Week Show, it doesn't actually affect me in the same way that it must affect all of you. It does affect me, but in a slightly different way. No, I have to venture elsewhere to get that real, ooh, I don't know what's going to happen and I love it. Yeah, and this week I did, or rather last week, it was after last week's show, I ventured out to consume a work of art. I ventured quite far. I ventured to Chungmu, the Hollywood of South Korea, to watch a little film that you may have heard of called Parasite. And I enjoyed it. Yeah? I enjoyed it so much, in fact, that what you're watching right now, is the Most Week Show Parasite special. It's the Parasite special, a whole episode of the Most Week Show dedicated to the movie that has captured my imagination. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it all week. I've had several dreams about this film. It's just, it's absolutely fantastic, and it's really exciting, and it's just such a wonderful, wonderful film. In fact, let's just get into it right now.
I give props cause though I'm great, there's lots of art I see that's made by artists that are almost but not quite as good as me. I am a giver, super selfless, gather round to see just who will get a most sought after, not me branded. Well done you.
What's that? What's that? We're kicking off with a well done you. We're kicking it off with that. First thing. But that's not how things are usually done, not me. Well, maybe I have learned from the director and the writer of Parasite. Wait, I never get the Bong Joon-ho. And I'm not playing by the rules. I'm just doing whatever the frick I want. Yeah? I say well done you to Bong Joon-ho because Parasite, honestly, is really, really good. Before we get started, have people seen this film? Have people seen this film? I want to get a little sense of where we are in terms of people. I mean, let me know in the comments a yes or a no. Monkey Pixie Rules is parasited about this. Pun work is off the chain already. It's going to be a heck of an episode. Monkey Pixie Rules has not seen it. Gamer Hole has not seen it. Monkey Pixie Rules would like to. Absolutely, you should. And after this episode, you're absolutely going to want to. TB Douglas has. Juice Dota have witnessed, yes, and witness is a great term, Juice Dota. Witnessed is a great term. Witnessed in the same way that one might witness a miracle or witness somebody from heaven walking on earth, a ghost perhaps, and you think, oh my god, I can't believe I've witnessed this. Uncool Town, not seen it. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone, okay? But if you haven't seen it, basically, just to give you a little rundown, it's about poor people and how sneaky they can be. Yeah? It's about poor people and how sneaky they can be. Our heroes of the tale, the rich people, they open their hearts, they open their homes to these servants. But then the servants turn out to be not all as they seem. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. I don't want to go any further than that. Okay. So I'm gonna let's go through the characters, shall we? Let's go through the characters. Digital. Okay. We've got the characters here. First up, the hero of the tale. Okay, the rich mother, Choi Young-yo. She's really just trying to keep her family together and live her life in the best way she knows how. You know, she's got her husband, she's got kids, she's got pets. She's just trying to juggle it all. Yeah, she's got servants. You know, how does she... She's very much like Kate Reddy. Kate Reddy? Kate Reddy, the... You know Kate Reddy. When I say Kate, you know the Kate Reddy that I'm referring to? Kate Reddy. Yeah? You know Kate Reddy? Kate Reddy. Do we know Kate Reddy? We're all aware of Kate Reddy, yeah? Sarah Jessica Parker's character from I Don't Know How She Does It. We know Kate Reddy. That Kate Reddy, yeah? She's kind of like that. She's kind of like Kate Reddy, but Korean. And I say with dogs. I don't believe Kate Reddy has any pets. So she's complicated, yeah? Multi-layered. There is a little bit of amorous behaviour, but you don't see anything. If that's... something that you're interested in. Next up, we've got the rich dad. Where are we going? Over here. The rich dad. Look, and you can see he's a rich businessman. Okay, he's doing business, man, and he's rich. He is the business. I don't know what business he does, but he is the business at business. You can tell that from the fact that he's looking at important-looking papers, and he's riding in the back of the car. Yeah, at the moment this shot is from the back of the car. Only rich people ride in the back of cars. Wait, that's not true. That's not... Only rich people and children ride in the back of wait, that's only rich people and children and people who've been arrested. But this guy, of those three, he's the rich type. Okay, he's the rich type. Next up, this is the rich daughter. She is Park Da-hye. She's the daughter of Choi Young-gyo and Park Dong-ik, and she is on the cusp of womanhood. Okay, we've all been there. Hormones going crazy, flying around the wazoo. And she attracts quite a lot of attention from older boys. Which actually, I mean, it seems kind of weird to me, but it's not really treated as weird in the film. So I don't know, must be like a cultural thing or something. That's the daughter, and then this chap in the middle, he's the son. Park Da-hye's little brother, Park Da-song. He loves Native American Indians. And he does art, I mean that's about it. Actually, I mean that's not. Sounds like that's a criticism of the filmmakers. Absolutely not. I'm just saying we all know kids, right? I mean they're generally not very multifaceted. You know, they can be summed up fairly quickly, right? Kids, okay. Next up, we've got the poor family. Now, the poor family. Look at this dad. Look how poor he looks. He is Kim Ki-taek. He's not a father that rules with an iron fist, as most fathers do. He's more just like one of the gang. Yeah, he's one of the guys, and the rest of the family seem to like him a lot, and he welcomes their affection. But he's a dad. So it's classic Hollywood nonsense, but it makes for a good character. So that's the dad. His wife, there she is, Choi Young-gyo. She is warm and caring. She's also a little bit acerbic, and she quite likes a drink. So she is much like I imagine Britney Spears to be like these days. Her son. Is Kim Ki-woo. Now, he's ambitious. He's an earnest young chap. In another film, in another world, I could imagine him being something of a protagonist himself. But, I mean, look at that haircut. You can see the haircut. That's not a leading man's haircut. You know? That haircut is too terrible in order to really elicit empathy. And then, finally, the daughter of the Kim family. So the Kim family, the poor family, the Park family, the rich family, is Kim Ki-young, played by Park So-dam. She's, I mean, she's great. She's resourceful. She's whip smart. Beautiful, obviously. You can see that she's technically gifted. She's gorgeous. She smokes, which I'm not really much of a fan of in general, but it kind of gives her a bit of a dangerous edge. She's not perfect; it's a flaw, and that makes her more endearing, I think. And I don't really understand it. Here's the thing. She smokes, but even when she's smoking, for some reason, she still looks like she smells really good. I don't really know how she does that. Anyway, all of these characters interact in a really, really interesting way. It's funny, and it's scary, and it's tense, and it's kind of sad in points, all kinds of things. It's a real roller coaster. It's really just a great film. So great, in fact, that they all went to the Oscars. Which is officially where the world decides which films are the absolute best, so there's no need to debate anymore. Handy. It's got a picture of that. There they are. Look at them all there. Having fun. Don't they dress up well? That's a lovely pink. But here's the thing. It's crazy. So they go to the Oscars, and Parasite flipping won. Yeah. It won the whole thing. Best picture, best film. Not one word of English in this film, and it still won. It's absolutely mental. I got a picture here of them having one. No, that's obviously that's not a picture of them. It's not a picture of them having one. That's not either. That is not a. That's not what that is. That's a different picture. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There they all are. They're all just having a great time. So in the middle, that is Bong Joon-ho, the guy who's holding the Oscar in his right hand. Then on the, as you would be looking at the far left of the picture, that's the poor dad. Scrubs up well. And then over on the far right is the poor son, with obviously a much better haircut in real life. They're all there. The whole gang. That's not all of them, actually, though, is it? I don't see. Someone missing? You can't see all of them, can you? That doesn't seem fair, does it? To have a group picture where they're not all. That doesn't seem fair. Let's just. There we are. There we are. That's more fair. That's very fair indeed. So yeah, it's about these rich people and these poor people, essentially, the film. But how poor are the poor family? Well, they are as poor as, I would say they'd probably be as poor as family simile time. Here we go. Complete this simile: as poor as. Think of someone in the real world who is pretty poor. Or think of someone that isn't poor, but who maybe acts like they're poor, or a fictional character or situation in which poorness plays a big role, a la, Bong Joon-ho's parable of paucity, alliteration. It could be any of the poor characters, I guess, that you might think about as inspiration for this. Any of the, who could it be? Who could it be? As a way of an example, let's say Kim Ki-young, played by Park Seo-dam. Obviously, this is not her looking poor. This is the actress, but her in the film. And don't go for like as poor as a church mouse, because that's the one that everyone uses. This segment is about breaking new ground with our language. Okay, maybe it's as poor as the church mouse who works as a waiter. And since this pandemic has struck, his restaurant has had to close. He's not been able to earn. He's applied for his $1,200 bailout check from the government, but he's still waiting for it. He's got children to feed. And he's a compulsive gambler, which is one of the reasons actually he got involved with the church in the first place, to be closer to Jesus, in the hope that through his light, he'd be able to kick the addiction to the nags, which is what he calls the horse races. He calls them the nags. But so far, he is still very much in the thrall of that addiction to the nags, presumably, because Jesus wants him to be addicted just for a little bit longer, for some reason. Let's not second guess the Lord, okay? What were we talking about? Family simile. Yes. Okay. I mean, that one was a bit wordy. Sure. Maybe just truncate that kind of thing a little. But you see what I mean. Okay, I don't want to do your work for you. Really get in there, make something unique. And at the end of the show, I will pick a winner. And if that's you, your name will go on the ticker below for the next show. It was Uncool Town. Oh, yeah, we're getting it. It's just coming through now. Family simile winner, Uncool Town. There we go. There's your proof. Last episode with as delicious as eating cookies while watching the Most Week show. It was a great simile, created a wonderful possibility in my head. And during the week, I did think, do you know what? I'm going to go and do that. And I did it, and I had a whale of a time. So thank you very much, Uncool Town, for giving me that experience. Gosh, last week's show really was good, wasn't it? Watching it back, I was just thinking, oh my God, who is this guy? Why is he not famous? Anyway, you could be on the ticker. So get commenting with those similes, okay? Let's go back to main squares. There we go. How are we doing? What are we doing? That's really good. Smokers all end up looking like Doc Cotton. Monkey Pigsy rules. I don't know who Doc Cotton is, but if she looks anything like Park Seo-dam, that's not the end of the world. Someone's got a crush. Oh, who's got a crush? I think Notme has a crush. Crush is what happened to kids. Okay, I mean, she's a great actress. If that's who you're talking about, I didn't even know who you're talking about. Where is Dr. Leg when you need him? I know someone's got jumpy legs. Maybe Uncle Town. I typing on Xbox. not typing perfectly, but that's fine. That's fine if it is on Xbox. That's no problem. Although Gamer Hall comes in, no excuse for bad grammar, and I would agree with that. Grammar is politeness that you show to your reader. That's a personal thing. Emma Acton as poor as Stevie Wonder's vision. I mean, I can't say that it's not true. I can't say that. Maybe not the most polite one there, Emma Acton. Maybe as poor as the person who buys his sunglasses for him. Maybe because they would have to buy quite a lot of them, I'd imagine. Second opinion psychic, as poor as my sense of direction. I'm sorry about that. That's a real shame, to not necessarily know where you're going. But as long as you know where you've been, yeah, as long as you know where you've been, that's my advice. That's a piece of advice that I've just come up with off the top of my head. As poor as the Phantom Menace, Monkey Pigsy rules. Phantom Menace, is that a Star Wars? Not super familiar with them, but if it was poor, if it didn't make a lot of money or something, maybe. As poor as our ability to think of family similes. SJ Beck 72, are you getting meta? Are you thinking above the... I love that. That's really exciting. Gamer Hall, as poor as my eyesight. I'm sorry about that. As long as your eyesight's good enough to watch the Most Week show, though, it's as good as it needs to be. That's what I'd say. Uncle Town, as poor as living in a bakery with mice. Because they would eat everything? That's good. I like that a lot. Awesome. Well, keep them coming in, guys. Keep them coming in. This is this is a wonderful competition already. So what I thought I would do. So Parasite special, what does that mean? How's this going to be? I mean, obviously the family simile, as poor as, that's related to Parasite, and obviously we had the Well Done You, which is all about Parasite, but where else are we going with this? Notme, I hear you cry. What I thought is I would take my love, my adoration, potentially my crush on Parasite, the film, not on the actress, on Parasite. That if I do have a crush, which again I'm not admitting to, then perhaps it is on the film. Okay, the film starring Park So-dam, and I thought I would take that love and I would do something creative with it. Yeah, it's who I am. It's what I do. It's all I know how to do at this point. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy one of my world famous, I think that's fair enough to say, world famous, even though I've only done one, a hilarious Notme movie parody. Okay? It is a world premiere, so it's a big deal. So really, really get excited for it and really enjoy it. You owe it to yourself. If you don't enjoy it, it's kind of on you. Please enjoy Lady Parasite's Madness Paintings.
You know, husband, I'm going to make you do a madness painting tomorrow.
Madness painting? What's a madness painting? I've never done a madness painting. What are you talking about?
Is that honestly what you believe? You don't remember doing them?
Well, if I have done one, I would love to see it.
So basically I just torment you until you go mad.
And then I just grab some paints and I paint these?
You do. And you're going to do another one tomorrow. You're going to have an awful day.
Could we postpone till next week?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Sure, yeah. I might actually sleep somewhere else tonight. Really prepare myself for tomorrow, if that's okay.
I'm going to giggle about things you do, and point out your flaws, and make up nasty nicknames for you, and laugh with all my friends about how stupid you are, and pretty soon you'll just go insane and start painting. It's going to be wonderful.
Can I say something?
I'll allow it.
Putting aside my concern that I don't actually deserve any of this because I'm just a good and decent man, I was thinking that if I brought an art expert to the house tomorrow, they could evaluate the paintings to see if they were worth any money. And if they were worth a lot of money, we could sell the paintings and use the proceeds to buy you things that you like makeup. or petticoats?
Well, I do like makeup.
The painting is a tragedy.
I know, I love it.
I would like your servant to go and get me a milkshake.
Oh, she's not my servant.
Strawberry, please. Do you mind?
Oh.
You know how you get your kicks from destroying your husband's emotional well-being through manipulation and meanness?
Yes, of course.
Well, the truth is, you shouldn't be mean to men. I'm not actually an art expert, just a wonderful woman, and I want you to know that the way you treat men is unnecessary and cruel. It's not just you, lots of women do this, but it's wrong.
But wait, men don't have feelings, do they? They're just emotionless husks for our enjoyment, right?
That's a common misconception. Look here. The bottom right-hand corner of the painting is where men show their humanity. Your husband may have been telling you he's a proper human all this time and you just ignored it. Do you think there's a chance that this could have been happening?
What about this one on the wall? There's something in the corner on that one.
Oh look, yes, there is. That means he's a good man who's been suffering in pain. Are you feeling bad about that?
I feel terrible. I, like so many women, have just been draining his happiness to make myself happy. I'm such a parasite.
Yes, you are.
There we go. Wasn't that wonderful? Just a funny video. And that wasn't the actual dialogue from the film. I dubbed it quite cleverly. It wasn't the actual characters or the actual relationships between the characters or the actual situations from the actual film. So there are still absolutely no spoilers with that. Cameraman George did kind of he warned me. He said that people might be a little bit miffed with the content there, so I just thought I'd address it head on. You know, elephant in the room. Ladies, if you're offended at any of the situations that were in there, firstly, know that it's based on real experiences that I've had, so you can't dispute them. Okay, that's my truth. Secondly, I only said that most women are like that. So if your point is that you're not awful, then congrats, you're better than most. Yeah. And C, the good woman in that, yeah, the woman that was representing good women, yeah, was played by Park So-dan. So I gave you the good one. Yeah. How could I have been more kind than, right? I mean, I'm not sure that I could have been. Not sure that I could have been more fair there. Do we have some reactions? That's what the movie was actually about. No, it's not what the movie was actually about. But it's that I've reworked it as I've used the film as clay, and I have created something incredible made of clay. Aside from the misogyny, see that? No, I've addressed that. T.B. Douglas. So we'll draw a line under that. That's fine. Powerful, moving stuff. Nana Hobbob, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am like really an earthquake. You know, I try to be like an earthquake. Just move stuff around. Yeah, I try to be moving. And so if I've achieved that, then, you know, that's great. That's great. That's all I'm looking for. Monkey Pixie, sort of feel Parasite will be a bit underwhelming compared to this. I didn't consider that. I honestly didn't consider that. But you know, it's up to you, Bong Joon-ho, the writer-director of Parasite. I think it's still worth a watch. I definitely think it's still worth a watch. That was merely just one little... If I'd made that a feature length, maybe we'd be having a different conversation. But that was just a little tidbit, a little taster, yeah? Parasite's a whole meal, let me tell you that. I also want to tell you a big thank you. A big thank you to Alexander Nakarada for the use of his song Traveller for the countdown. I figured that as this week was the Parasite special, that we would head east for the music as well. Although that doesn't make much sense saying head east. West, I mean, from where I am in America, it'd be much easier just to go west. Save me a lot on plane fare. For me, listening to that music, and I'm not sure whether you had the same experience as me, when I was listening to that music, I could picture a woman dancing, perhaps, just very, very kind of softly and gently, maybe bathed in a green light, beckoning me to come and join. And I would say, sorry, I'm not much of a dancer, which is absolute nonsense. But if you say no, then people's expectations are low. So then when you get up there and you've got diamond sharp rhythm and you throw all kinds of shapes, people just lose their minds. It's about taking people on a journey. Yeah. And then I'm going to play the music a little bit. See if you can get this picture of this woman in your head, similar to me. Let's go. Yeah. Can you see that green light? You see that green light? She's dancing. You're starting to see it now. Yeah, starting to get that. If you need some kind of help, there's maybe a kind of maybe something like that. I don't know, something like that. Just I mean that's what I got. It's one of the wonders of art, is that you kind of get what you get, and that's what I got. So, but thank you very much, Alexander, for the use of your music. Really do appreciate that. It was a wonderful way to start the episode. The fact that I didn't have to pay for it really adds to that for me. It really adds to that. So thank you very much.
Art bet! To challenge yourself is artistic. Art bet! I'll give you options you can pick. Art bet! Take a guess, see if you won. Art bet! It's not for money, just for fun. Art bet!
Art bet. It is everybody's favourite segment, Art bet. But not me. This is the Most Week Show Parasite special. Surely you haven't been able to craft an art bet around the themes of that film. Surely you can't be that creatively gifted. Surely you don't know me at all. And before we get started, I really want you to know that I risked quite a lot for this art bet, okay, and put a huge amount of effort into it. I'd really appreciate it if you just made a conscious effort to enjoy it a little bit more than you would usually. Okay? Okay? Okay. So let's cross over to our art bet correspondent, Notme, for the scoop on this Parasite challenge. Notme?
Thanks, Notme. Today's art challenge will be undertaken by Notme. The film Parasite, at its core, is a film about class. Some people, like the Park family, have class. Other people, like the Kim family, have no class. But the Kims of this world crave that class, whereas the Parks of this world, well, we tend to be pretty chill about it. But is it possible for you to turn yourself from a Kim into a Park? And if so, how long would it take? How much effort would you have to put in before you could boldly claim that you're a high-class person? That is what we're going to be looking at here today.
Better volume.
For this challenge, I shall be taking on the role of a character. The character's name is Ali. Now, Ali is currently at the very bottom level, both of society and of my building. Not me's building. Ali, is at the bottom of not me's building. In order to rise to the heights of society, not me, as Ali, will have to rise to the top of the building. So far, so straightforward. But let's make this a little bit interesting. Each level of this building, I will have to complete a small task that will represent the level of Ali's class at that particular time. As the stories get higher, the tasks will get classier, and Ali, as a person, will just become better, just like the characters in Parasite wish to do. That is my art challenge. Your art bet is simply, how long will it take Ali to become a high-class person? Back to you, Notme.
Ooh, what an interesting and in-depth art challenge we have this week. So Ali shall be going upstairs in my building, and each floor will have its own task to complete to represent the level of class at that point till we get to the top, the roof, and then he'll be a high-class person. But how long is that going to take? Okay? You can't make your choice. You can't make your choice because you don't know all the details. So let's get some things to consider. Yeah? Thing numero 1. Ali will climb from level -2 to the roof. 9 levels in all. Okay? So starting... so this is longer than the art bet on the very first episode, if those of you who remember that. For many reasons, it's entirely different, really. So any accusations that it's kind of the same would be wrong. But partly because that was only 4 floors, this is 9. Okay, this is the whole building that we're going to be dealing with here. -2 to the roof. And for all you English people, in America, there's no such thing as a ground floor, which is why, so it does work out with the maths. Thing number 2. As I ascend, I shall be carrying the camera, light, tripod, and phone. Okay? So I'm weighed down here. There's a lot of kit. Okay? The phone is to time the whole thing. Again, there'll be, there's a stopwatch on the thing. So again, that's something to consider. You should factor in the time that it takes me to start it, put it in my pocket, and then at the end, retrieve it from the pocket and stop it. Okay? It all adds up. It all adds up. But I'm carrying a lot of kit here. It's not just me running up. As I'm sure you can guess, me running up the stairs, I'm like a flipping gazelle, okay? But I am weighed down a little bit in this one. Thing number 3, here we go, thing number 3. The quickest task takes 9 seconds and the longest takes 47 seconds. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the tasks are. Part of the joy of this art bet is discovering those tasks as they happen. But from a consultation with cameraman George, he said that you should let the people know what the quickest one is and what the longest one is, just so they can get some kind of idea of what we're doing. And he gave me a thing, so I'm going to read this verbatim because otherwise I'm just going to get lost. I'm not a maths guy, okay? With this information, you know that the minimum amount of time for all of the tasks is if they all took 9 seconds, except for the longest, which took 47. And the maximum task time would be the reverse, if all tasks took 47 seconds, except for the shortest, which took 9 seconds. Both of these scenarios are unlikely, however they give you parameters. The minimum total task time, alliteration, well done cameraman George, is 119 seconds, basically 2 minutes. And the maximum total task time is 385 seconds, basically 6.5 minutes. Okay? So task-wise, that's the minimum, that's the maximum. And then we just got to add in how much time it's actually going to take me to run up the stairs. Okay, so what are our options here? Okay, so 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. So the first one is essentially if it's that quickest thing of the 2 minutes and it takes me just over a minute to run up the stairs, it'll take between 3 and 4 minutes. For the maximum one, which is about 6.5 minutes doing the tasks, and it takes me another minute to run up the stairs, then that would be between 7 and 8. So that's where I got my kind of goalposts from, and anything in between that is your call. So what have we got? TB Douglas goes with a D. Straight in there, 6 to 7 minutes. Straight in there. Anyone else? This may be the most complicated art bet ever, Gamerhole. Absolutely. Absolutely. Complexity can be art, I think. Sometimes when you look at a picture and it's a picture of a teddy bear and you think, that's a teddy bear, I get it. But then sometimes it's a teddy bear that's in like 5 different dimensions and you have to stop at it and look at it and go, what's going on with that teddy bear? This is one of those 5-dimensional teddy bear type situations. Well, lots of guesses. Wonderful. SJ Beck D. Gamerhole D. Second Opinion Psychic D. Emma Acton D. A lot of Ds. Definitely Not Due to C. Anna Corrine C. Stuart Seaton E. Justo to C. Monkey Pixie Rule C. Faux sure. I like that confidence. Nana Hobbob A. There's the confidence. But it's not confidence in yourself, it's confidence in me. And so that's confidence that means a lot more. Nana Hobbob, thank you. An Uncool Town C. So a lot of Ds, a lot of Cs. No Bs. If this is Bs, this is going to be a real disappointing art bet. Okay, so let's get cracking. Good luck, everybody. And the volume's okay now, so that's good.
I have my stopwatch here. I am Ali. I am low class. And I am aiming to become high class. Let's get this started. Let's go now. Okay.
Class timer.
Here we are.
Starting at P2. In between P2 and P1, we get the first task. What's he doing? What's Notme get? Tupperware. Must have pre-planted that.
First level, crisp sandwich. Ali is still embracing his lower class life by inserting a crisp, what Americans would refer to as a potato chip, into a ham sandwich. Now, true, doing so may indeed improve certain sandwiches in the categories of texture and seasoning, but doing so will always make you feel a little bit scummy.
Yeah, that crunch. Get that crunch. That was the cheese and onion. A sour cream and onion crisp inside a ham sandwich. How is it, Notme?
It's tasty, but it's dry.
It's dry.
Which is exactly what I need at the beginning of a physical challenge. Dry mouth. Okay, here we go.
A little bit of sarcasm there. I think we can forgive him that.
Oh. Got the light out.
The light got bished on the thing. No trouble though. It was this light here. So you can see. Still working. Still good. Still all good. Ooh, a can of something.
On this level, our hero is drinking a can of own brand soda. So far, so low class. But the difference is he is decanting that soda into a glass receptacle and taking the first steps towards a better life. Also, he's now going by Al and not Ali, so a little bit more self-respect there as well.
Nice.
Oh, God.
That one didn't go down well.
It's reacting with the question.
It's funny how many of these just end up being you guys watching me consume things, huh?
Here we go.
That's art, I guess. Sour cream and onion. You can change your answer, I think, based on that. That's fine.
That's technically ground floor. In America, they call it level 1, but here we go. Here we go.
As poor as Ali at the start of an art bet. That's really good, Stuart Seaton. That's really good.
Step 3. A quick way for people to leapfrog up the class rungs is by becoming famous, and no route to fame is quicker and has fewer requirements for being interesting and or talented than being part of a reality TV show. But for every scumbag who made it on and got that taste of fame, there are hundreds more who simply sent in an audition video that was not selected. Like Al here.
Hey guys, my name's Al and I think I'd be great for your reality TV show because I'm something completely different. I get on well with most people that I meet, I'm very slow to anger, and I hold absolutely no controversial opinions whatsoever. Make no mistake, I am here to make friends. And when it comes to picking the song that shepherds my exit, you can call me Al, right? It's written, it's in the name. Also, I'm zany. I'll look forward to your call. Okay, that's here we go.
I'm starting to warm to Al. I don't know about you guys. I like this guy. Still going with A, Nana Hoblop? Absolutely. You've got less than 30 seconds for him to complete a lot more challenges, but keep the dream alive. Absolutely. Don't lose faith by any means. We're consumers of your consuming.
A little higher now. He's popped on a suit jacket, which could mean that he's left manual labour in his rear-view mirror and has got a job using his brain in an office, but it could also mean that he's got to make a good first impression for his court date where he's been accused of shoplifting baby clothes. He's still got a way to go.
We don't know what reason he is putting the jacket on.
It's warm. Again, that's just what I need. Good, that's good.
Maybe he's been accused of something, but maybe he's just got a good job. It's that indecision, uncertainty that means it's still quite low. Who doesn't like the zany guy? I mean, the makers of that reality TV show, because he really didn't make it in. Oh, another Tupperware. What have we got?
Everyone eats apples, of course they do, but only upper class people have their apples pre-cut into slices for them. I always feel a little bit decadent when I'm eating slices of apples. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Me and Alex here.
Alex, he's changed again. That name is just getting ever higher class, isn't it?
That is nice, actually. That is nice. Let's keep going.
I like chorley as a word, Emma Acton. I like chorley.
Okay.
But what does chorley mean? You can make up a meaning for it.
Can we all just agree that reading the New York Times levels you up class-wise, right? I mean, not even reading it necessarily. That's what Alex is doing here. But I mean, even if you've just got a subscription to the New York Times and it gets delivered and then it just sits on your coffee table for a week unread and then you pop it in the recycling at the end of the week, I mean, that's enough, right? I mean, that counts.
Totally counts.
Bolsonaro covets wealth of the indigenous land and the rights of the people. That is just terrible. Okay, getting there. Getting there.
I'm getting there, guys. Almost 4 minutes. So that means that B was done, I think that was B, wasn't it?
So, waiter.
You have
Waiter.
to be pretty high class to send food back, right? I mean, the only reason that this one isn't higher on the list is because Alexander here has a legitimate, if slightly pedantic, complaint. Now, when you start sending food back because of a personal taste that was not communicated to the wait staff, that's when you know you're high class. I mean, you might as well be wearing a monocle and elbow-length gloves at that point.
This soup is tepid at best. I want you to take this back to the kitchen. I want you to pour this away, okay? And then I want you to get a fresh bowl with some fresh, hot soup in here and bring it back. And if there are any more issues with this meal, I will be speaking to your manager, okay? Now please, be gone. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with her again.
Pretty high class.
Doesn't seem polite. I mean, it's high class, but I don't think it's polite.
There we go. Sweating.
Right?
Sweating in.
Alexander. I liked Al. Preferred Al. That was a happy medium for me. Oh, who's this?
Being friends with a celeb. Okay, so I don't believe that this would work for all celebrities, because I do think there's a decent chunk of the celebrity class that keeps their pre-fame, non-famous friends around them in order to keep themselves grounded. So it's possible to be friends with a celebrity whilst being a nobody yourself. But a person like Rita Ora, I believe, is the kind of celebrity that would actively try and distance themselves from anybody that wasn't themselves famous, because she knows what she wants, and what she wants is to be considered famous. God, she's great.
Hey Rita, really liked your latest project. The TV, the film, the song, puppet, with the thing that so good it touched me. It really, really did. I would love to stay in chat, but I've got to skedaddle. You look absolutely gorgeous though. I'll see you at Gustav's. Okay.
Rita Ora there. Little celebrity cameo. Didn't expect that, did you?
Here we go. Last one.
Up onto the roof.
Gotta get to the other side because there's somebody up there.
There are two people sitting there in the dark.
At this time of night.
They look quite worried that I was running out there with the lights and stuff.
Last one.
They're lost, I think.
$20. You see that?
And now, finally, there is nothing that high-class people do better than not caring when they're wasting money. When you find yourself only staying in 5-star hotels when 4-star is pretty much the same and costs a huge amount less. When you find yourself ordering from restaurant menus without even looking at the prices. When you find yourself paying people to do things for you that you could very easily do for yourself. When you find yourself not showing up to flights that you've already booked and paid for because you're just not feeling it. That's when you know that you have made it. Just like just like Xander here.
Xander! He's digivolved up to the highest possible there. What's he doing?
I really don't want to do this, but...
Threw money off the roof! That's a Xander.
Can you see that?
616, option D.
616.
A lot of winners here.
That's correctly. Congratulations.
Well done, guys.
This is a sign that this upcoming week is going to be absolutely fantastic. God is on your side. Okay, you picked right. It's all going to go well. If you didn't guess correctly, don't worry about it. It doesn't mean a thing. But what did we learn through all of this? Well, I think we learned that whilst Notme does have a lot of the trappings of wealth and class and privilege, he really is just a man of the people. Another example is the fact that I just threw $20 off the roof. That's really annoying me at the moment, as is the fact that I left a lot of things in the stairwell and I'm worried that people are going to steal them. So I'm going to stop this now and I'm going to go back. And if I need to, I'm going to hunt through the bushes to find that $20. Okay.
There we go. There we go. Xander throwing money off the roof, but Notme is just a man of the people. Congratulations to the winners. There was a lot of winners there. Peppersaw, $20. Absolutely, $20 that he threw off the roof. I threw off the roof there. So congratulations to all of those Ds. All of those Ds. D all round, right? I guess in the end, it is possible to go from low class to high class. If you're looking for a visual cue, that'd be like going from this to this. Yeah? From this to this. From this to this. Something like that. We've got one more final bit of business to wrap up here. And we all know what's coming. Let's go to Starburst here. This is exciting. SJ Beck 72, well done. As poor as our ability to think of family similes. Now, this is going meta, and I like going meta, okay? But what SJ Beck 72 has done here is that by going meta, that means that no one else can go meta. Do you know what I mean? It's that thing of like, oh, I'm having to write an essay about anything. And so you think, well, I'm going to write an essay about writing an essay, and that's going to kind of blow people's minds. Sure, you can do it, but you can only do it the one time. So what they've done is they've just really stopped that off. And by getting in the way, some could call that being a spoil sport. I say that's just smart, because no one had done it to this point. So well done, SJ Beck 72, tip top, as poor as our ability to think of family similes. Love that a lot. We're almost at 10 o'clock. I really wanted this to be shorter this week, but it has not been, which is a little bit of a shame, but it has been all good stuff. So that is it. Another episode over. I have enjoyed this episode thoroughly. Thank you all so much for helping to make it so enjoyable. Do you like the themed specials? The themed episodes, or do you prefer it when everything is its own thing and a little bit more totes rando? Let me know what your feeling is, because I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you. I hope you've all had fun. I hope you've all felt creative. I hope you've all learned a little something. The movie Parasite is currently available to buy in the US on YouTube and iTunes and Google Play and Amazon. And it's also streaming on Hulu. So if you're a Hulu subscriber, you can watch it right now for free. And I would heartily recommend doing so. For those of you in the UK, it is due to be released in June. So keep your eyes peeled for it. Buy it and watch it when it does, get released. Because it is, in a word, spectacular. Yeah, fear not, there will be another Most Week show next Sunday, because it might be the only thing keeping me sane at this stage, and I will see you all there. Feel free to use the suggestion box, which I found out is only accessible on the desktop version of Twitch, not on the mobile version. That was a fun discovery to make. Feel free to email me your awesome poems about animals. We're going to be doing that next week, so don't forget that. Could be your pets. A lot of you have pets, so write something about your pets and email that to me. Email me any other art that you've made. If you've done a cool doodle or a drawing, email that to me. iamnotme@gmail.com. Any other things you'd like me to talk about, anything you like. I always love getting emails, okay? Also, big things happening next week where you will be able to watch on Twitch as ever, but you'll also be able to watch on YouTube. I'm going to be streaming to both platforms simultaneously. It's very, very exciting, a little nerve-wracking, but I think it's going to go well, so it's going to be even easier for people to check me out. Keep spreading the word. Keep telling your friends. We're growing at a lovely rate, this little community that we've got. I love it ever so much, so let's keep it up. You'll never be able to say that you were here at the beginning if there isn't a big end to this, okay? So you really owe it to yourselves. Did we have Acolyte Poetry Corner today? No, we did not, Gamer Hole. We're having it next week, so if you want to write a poem about an animal, then email it to me and we'll get it there. Definitely not Duda. I like it all. I like you all. Let's do that. Love the themes. TB Douglas, thank you. An essay about SJs. Could be. We could do an SJ Beck 72 themed episode. I don't know that much about them, other than they do like to go meta. I think a mixture of both. Gamer Hole, well done. Lovely, lovely. Your poem didn't make the cut. No poems made the cut. Once I saw Parasite, once I caught sight of the beauty, nothing else was going to make the cut. I noticed that the picture's still on the screen. It is. Spoke to someone. Fingers crossed for you. Okay, too soon. Bye, friends. Okay, lovely. So keep watching. Okay, I am Notme. I am art, and I'm wishing you a very happy, a very beautiful, a very beautiful, and a very creative week ahead. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Can I get cheers just in the middle there? Hey guys, great news. I just went down. Nobody stole anything from the stairs. Then I went out into the bushes. Guess who I found? $20. Not losing any money. So I think I've earned this elevator ride back to my apartment. And a lovely can of Dr. K.
What a great show we all made just now. It was creative, live and divine. You did wonderful work, so go and take a bow. Just a slightly smaller bow than mine. So I'll see you right here next week, same time. What will happen? Gosh, I just don't know. But I can promise you this, I'm going to blow your mind. Next week on the Most Week Show.